everybody, welcome on a culinary journey. I'm Luca and we're going to take you on a culinary journey through pasta and seafood. That's right, I got lobster with a tarragon cream sauce and a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes and peas. We have a seafood pasta over linguine with caramelized fennel and saffron and shrimp, scallops, and mussels. And then finally a shrimp puttanesca. I'll tell you a whole about that story when we get there. And I have a great guest. He's one of my good friends, and actually he's probably one of my best friends. And I need to get better friends, but I'm stuck with him. But he's great. Jeff's going to be on with me, Jeff Migneault, and he's going to be cooking up a storm. And I'm going to take the rest of the show off so he can cook. He doesn't know that yet. Anyway, your culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm here with Jeff Migneault. Jeff, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Getting stuck in there. Jeff's going to come along with me on this journey, and he's going to actually be more than my assistant. Jeff and I like to cook together when we're off air, right?
Yes.
We haven't done that in a long time.
Been a while.
This is the only way we're going to get to cook with the kids and the crazy lifestyle.
Absolutely.
So one of the great things about having your own show, you can trick your friends to be on it without them knowing, and then they show up and they get mic'd up and they're on camera.
Here we are.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to make is the lobster pasta. We're going to use some fresh tagliatelle, which are basically these wide noodles here. Let me show everybody off there. We're going to do these nest noodles. These are egg fresh pasta. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do lobster, which you have to get. And then while we were starting, you started chopping up a shallot for me, which is absolutely you're amazing. You're so fast.
I'm a giver.
You are. So go get the lobster. Okay. Go give me the lobster, and I'll start the sauce. How's that? All right, so get a nice hot pan. You put oil in the pan. Make sure you don't add water to that because that's always a lot of fun. And then this is some of the stuff we're going to be using for the rest of the show. And you like seafood, right, Jeff?
I do.
Awesome. So you take that knife. I'm going to get the shallots in here. I'm going to get them nice and caramelized. You like working with shallots at home?
Absolutely.
You're a shallot fan?
All the time.
So, and you cook most of the time, right?
Well, yes.
All the time?
All the time.
All the time. Yeah. His wife is actually going to see this show at some point.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's saute down our shallots in there. And what we're going to do is add a little bit of garlic. But I'm going to do an old Italian technique is where you kind of just get the garlic in there to flavor, and then we're going to take it out. So we're just going to put that in there for flavor and then take it out. And then what we're going to do is get all our other ingredients. And this is such a fast sauce. That's what I love about this sauce, is that it's going to be really quick, and we're going to put it together in no time. Let's turn down the heat a little bit. And then being our first sauce. So we have our peas. You know what we need is we also need a little bit of cream to go in here. So let's grab that. And then a little salt and pepper into the peas. Get our sun-dried tomato. And then a little bit of lemon juice. I think that's the one key that we try and do in all the shows, Jeff, is that we add lemon juice to almost all our seafood. Kind of brings out that little acidity to it. Yeah. All right? Smell good so far?
Smells real good.
Am I doing okay?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, this time.
Well, this time, I get my pastas in here. And one of the things I like to do, you know what? I have cream. I didn't need that one.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm going to get you to do the whole next one by yourself. You know that, right?
I don't think
We're
so.
going to add you said no?
Uh-huh.
We're going to get a little cream in there. I got salt and pepper, cream, lemon juice, and then real rough chop on our lobster. And let's get it in there. Now remember, the lobster's pre-cooked. You don't want to put the lobster in too early. I know a lot of people do that. They'll get cooked lobster or they'll boil lobster and then add it to a pasta dish, but they'll put it right at the beginning.
Right.
Right? And then it just gets too thick. So we're going to just get it in there, let that kind of give it the flavor of the sea in there, right? And we're going to let that cook down. Now the only other thing I want to add to this while it's cooking down is some dried tarragon. You know why I'm using dry? because I forgot to bring the fresh.
Oh, the fresh isn't available.
Yeah. So, and I love those flavors, tarragon and the cream and all those kind of flavors just come together. And this is now you eat healthy at home, right? You guys,
we do.
You guys try and not to. You stay away from the creams and stuff.
We don't completely, but
Right.
we definitely are careful about how much we use,
Right.
and butter and so forth.
Right. And the thing is, if you do it every once in a while, like when I come over,
It's good for you.
yeah, it's good for you, right? And fresh pasta. I absolutely love fresh pasta. When you can get fresh pasta, it's one of those great things to do. So we're just going to do that. Now, one of the cool things about it is you watch the cream sauce kind of reduce with the peas. The sweet peas give it a little bit of sweetness. You got the tarragon. It's just going to give it a bite. We have the lemon juice in there. And then the lobster, of course, that's a good thing. But that cream sauce, as it reduces, it brings everything together. And people who've been watching the show definitely know that cream sauces are a wonderful way to just make a nice thick sauce without, there we go, just get the last of that, without adding any thickeners or anything like that to it. Now what I do for the pasta, I'm really pretty much draining it by hand, and I wouldn't want to rinse this also. There's one thing, there's never going to be oil in my water when I'm making pasta. And when I'm doing fresh pasta, a couple of minutes, and it pretty much goes for you. It's absolutely perfect. And the starches on there are going to help thicken this sauce also. You're going to have some of this with me later, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Some of it?
Some of it? Oh, all of it was for you. If you have to be up here, you can eat whatever you want.
It's cost of admission. Somebody's got to pay.
This is how I get a guess. There you go. And now look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And how it just coats the outside of the pasta, and you have all those great flavors. And that's our first dish. So now, what do you think about my set? You like this kitchen?
This is awesome.
Yeah. That's the boys at Migneault Flooring took care of me with Vermont custom cabinetry, and it's absolutely wonderful. And voila, look at our first dish. It's all ready. It's super easy. It took minutes to make, and you can almost smell that tarragon. Well, you can't smell it. We're
Trust
okay
me.
with it. Yeah, trust him. And that's our first dish. Voila. You're going to make the
Fantastic.
next one for us, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see. Okay. Don't go away, because we're going to see if Jeff is going to make a shrimp Puttanesca. Tell you all about it in a culinary minute.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Where have you been?
I lost my cat.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back.
Cool. Does it work?
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's not my cat. I gotta keep working on it. See ya.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Jeff, take over. Jeff's cooking with me today. I have Jeff Migneault and I'm Luca Paris, and we're doing our little cooking show. And Jeff's going to cut the tomatoes for our next dish, which is shrimp puttanesca. Now, puttanesca has got an interesting.
How's that?
Do you have to go back to work after this?
Uh,
Just want to make sure that you
might.
go back with all your fingers.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I've done this once before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never on camera, though.
No, only killed one person.
So,
I was acquitted.
yeah, okay. Well, anyway, so we're dicing up the tomatoes, and what we're using, and Jeff's taking off, is the inside, the inside, the meat of the tomato we're taking off. We're actually just using the outside skin and some of the meat that's around there. We're getting rid of most of the seeds and everything. And those are going to really create a nice sauce for us. You only have to do about 15 or 20 tomatoes, Jeff, and you should be all set. All right? So,
That's it.
so you didn't realize, huh? There you go. All right. So this time, you know what? I forgot to take out the garlic the last time. We were having just too much fun. This time, I'm just going to leave whole garlic in here. And again, let's go back to what I was going to talk about in the other dish and what's similar. It's Italians don't generally put big chunks of garlic into their sauce and leave them in there. That's what you do at home too, right? You just season your garlic, or you season your oil, or
I
you
generally dice it all up.
dice it all up, put
Yeah.
it in. Well, one great way not to have, and then a lot of people too get affected by a lot of garlic. You know
me.
anybody? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have to dice it up, because unless my wife has it, she doesn't have the antidote.
Well, well, what you do too, another great way to get that garlic flavor in, but not have to eat too much garlic, is actually season the oil that you're going to be working with. So in this case, what I'm doing is just letting the garlic kind of roast in the oil lightly on a low or a simmer, and that's just going to add all the garlic flavor I need for this dish. So it's going to be nice. So you'll do that. What I'm going to do is cut up some shallots too. I'm a big fan of shallots, so I'm going to make sure they're in here. I'll take this over on my side. How's
Okay.
that?
Sure.
This way you're doing okay?
Doing fine.
All right.
Still got my
Good.
fingers.
Got them all. Yeah, because the insurance program on here isn't that high. So I'm just letting you know that. And
But healthcare's coming.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Why do I give you the bigger knife? I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So as that's in there, let's shut this off because it's kind of giving it a little. Oh no, there it is. All right. Let's get this on low. And then I'm going to add the shallots to this. And we're going to add some Kalamata olives. Now, puttanesca, you were saying when we were right before we were going to get on air that, you know, some of the ingredients in there, and some people might know it, capers, olives, anchovies, it's a great way to do it. But we're going to do a little bit different twist on it, where we're going to add a little bit of sun-dried tomato to it, the olives themselves, a little bit of hot pepper. We want to give it a little bit of spice. And then some of those tomatoes, okay?
Okay. I could
How you
change a
doing?
truck tire with this knife.
All right, so you got that? Beautiful. Good thing you don't get this show, huh?
I'm telling you. I try to frequent the restaurants, so I get the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to cut up our
they don't
tomatoes.
make
How
me
you doing
cook.
with your tomatoes there, Jeff?
What's that?
How are you doing with your tomatoes?
I'm doing all right.
What did I
think.
miss? Did I miss something you said?
I said I get the real deal at your restaurant. They don't make me cook.
Yeah.
You want more than that?
Huh?
You want
Yeah, I'll take a little bit more than that. No, I have it right here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'll just cut up a couple more. Can you get some Kalamata olives in there?
Then. Sure.
Those are those
how do you
olive-looking things.
want
Yeah,
these?
just dump them in. Or do you want to chop them up? How do you want to do it?
All right. Either way's fine. Do the
All
whole
right.
thing?
About half of that. There you go. That's the fun thing about cooking with. He's a numbers guy. You say half, he takes it literally.
We're going to need a third.
Yeah.
Balance that out.
All right, let's get our tomatoes in. All right, so we'll let these kind of cook together.
Nice
we're gonna do a
shovel, too.
Yeah. Well, it's so big, it might
This
as well
is
be.
giant.
Now we're going to let those flavors kind of come together. I use my kosher salt. We talk about it all the time. I use that kosher salt, sea salt. That's what you use at home, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Never use iodized?
Nope. We use
See?
either, sea salt flakes, actually, is something I've been buying recently, which
Oh,
are really
sea
good.
salt flakes, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
How come you're hiding out on me? You didn't tell me
just
about
discovered
those.
them.
Oh, okay.
Because I have hundreds of dollars worth of things that I bought that were off the cuff. Maybe a tenth of that you actually end up using.
Yeah.
Sea salt flakes was a good buy.
Wow, awesome. So sea salt flakes, we're going to have to try that for our next show. Now we're just going to let this all saute together. You know, a lot of people, this almost looks like a bruschetta as it would be cooked. Now what I did add, and I need a little bit more, is this ariosto spice that I use. It's a blend of different herbs and spices that I make up for us at the restaurant, and I absolutely love. And then we're going to add in our sun-dried tomatoes. It gives you another texture, it gives you another flavor. And then we're going to add in, where is that? A little hot pepper. You like spicy?
Oh, yeah.
Really like spicy? Okay. All right, we'll add more of that then. A little bit of lemon juice. And I think what happens when most people think about Italian pasta dishes, they think all tomato, and it's just this big, heavy tomato dish that gets stewed for a long time or what have you. And what I like to show people is that really it's about fresh ingredients and fresh flavors. And that's all we're really doing here. So if you have, whether it's local tomatoes that you're growing, or if you have, just fresh ingredients just come out of nowhere, you just cook them down for a couple of minutes, get all those flavors together, and they're absolutely wonderful, right?
Ingredients are everything.
Exactly. Right, so let's add, we have our pasta right here. Once again, I'm just going to take it right out of the water. This was actually started cooking when we first started this dish. Get it in there. Now, here's the other thing. This is a big trick, is that a lot of people pour sauce over pasta. If you notice the last two dishes we did, we put the pasta in the pan while it was cooking. That's the way you get sauce on pasta, not the other way around. You don't. So this whole tossing it around, kind of cooking them down a little bit, is actually Italian pasta dishes and almost fry the pasta in the pan so they really, really cook down.
Finish it right in there.
Finish it right in there. So that's all your flavor you're going to need. So this, another quick, simple dish that we just made a little bit longer for the show. And then the next one's going to be a lot of fun. You know what I forgot?
Seafood.
The shrimp. So I did this whole dish and I forgot the shrimp. Well, you know what? We're going to remedy that one with the next part of the show. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I'm having too much fun with Jeff. I'm forgetting all the parts of the show. And you're not telling me everything.
Picture this in there.
Oh, I got a better idea. Instead of that, since we
lobster.
have it, let's get that lobster in there and do a lobster puttanesca. Remember, the lobster's cooked. We're just going to warm it up, and then that's all we have to do. We'll use that shrimp for our last dish, which is going to be fun because we're going to caramelize some fennel. Let's warm up the pasta in there. Lobster puttanesca. This show just keeps getting better. We make mistakes on the show, and we make it happen. Dude, you're the best. It's all because of you.
Told you.
You know that, right? You told
I've been thinking that for a long time. Finally, somebody admits it.
Well, let's get that on here and see what it looks like. I think we did all right on this
All
one.
right, great colors, too.
Yeah. You just said the next thing that we need. Hey, it's funny because if you remember when we used to cook, it was like this too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second,
Yeah.
we need something else.
Got to
So
play with your food.
yeah, exactly, and that's where it's the most fun. If you want to just give it a little bit of vibrant color, let's chop up just a little fresh parsley in there. Let's see if that really even does a nicer job at making everything look good. What do you guys think? That looks good, huh? Ooh. There you go. We'll just put it right over the top. Lobster puttanesca. It's first time here on this show. It'll be at the restaurant, available all the time now. Thank you, Jeff. Great idea.
Have a series, Luca's Bloopers.
There you go. That's our second dish. When we come back, we'll actually try to stick to the recipe.
Sure.
Do
Well,
seafood
we have plenty.
We got plenty. Seafood and fennel, so don't go away.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
to great things. Find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed.
Real men know that getting tested is the way to take care of their families. That's why real men wear gowns. For a list of the tests you need, go to ahrq.gov.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You having fun?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Forget about it.
All right, so fennel. You ever cook with fennel, Jeff?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Do you like fennel?
I think I do.
All right, fennel's got that nice anise flavor, smell and
Right.
flavor, right? So what I love doing seafood with lemon and fennel. And this last dish, we're going to caramelize the fennel, and we're not going to get it too caramelized because we are limited on time, and this show is all about cooking in a certain amount of time. And what I want to do is just get all those flavors out of there. But you could already smell it. You get that anise flavor coming off of there. This is really great. And when you think about Italian pasta dishes, fennel, anise, all these kind of flavors, licorice, everything from, all these flavors kind of pop with seafood tremendously. So what we're going to do is bring out that here. We're going to add some salt and pepper to this. And this time we're going to try not to forget the seafood.
Okay. We have plenty.
So we're going to start with the scallops. So here we go. Let's bring this right over here. And then we're going to sear our scallops in first. A little salt and pepper on each one again. It's kind of get that flavor. Whoop, you're on the wrong side. There you go. Which hand did I use? That hand. All right. You got to pay attention because then I don't know which way I'm going on these things. It's my first day on the air. There you go.
It all ends up there.
There you go.
And eventually it's a doggy bag.
Yours, right? How many do you want? 2 more?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Or
These are
3.
my scallops. Now we're cooking our scallops first. Why? Do you know?
Take the longest.
They take the longest, and everything else is going to be pretty quick. Do I have a pair of tongs over there? No?
No.
They're somewhere around here. They're behind me. They're in front of me. Oh, they're right here. No, I don't know where they are. They're in the drawer. Okay.
Fork?
There they are. Look
Fork?
at that. They're in the. No, yeah,
Okay.
that's your fork for those pasta
That's
dishes.
right.
So we're going to caramelize. Now I'm using a coated skillet, so I'm not going to be able to get this really nice caramelization on them. But we're just going to kind of get them a little bit brown, and you're starting to see that. And they're going to finish all the. There you go. That's a nice one. But the fennel at the same time is getting this nice darkness to it, which is really going to intensify the flavor. Again, we'll get that garlic in there. Did I ever take that garlic out of the last one? Do you remember?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
You weren't
Okay.
paying attention, were you?
I
Oh, you
wasn't.
were busy chopping.
I was worried about the shrimp.
Let's get that in here too. Let's not
Poor
forget
shrimp.
that this time. Hold this poor shrimp. That just means we'll make more later for ourselves. There you go. You know what my favorite part of cooking is?
Eating.
You got it.
I'm a savant.
Yeah. And I'm going to get those mussels in there too. I actually kind of poached off these mussels a little bit because, if they had to wait the whole show, they would have been furious at me. But we'll get the mussels in there. And we got the fennel, we got garlic, which we're going to take out in a second. And then the shrimp cook really quick. I mean, that's going to be the quickest thing to cook. And the other thing I want to put in there is some saffron, Jeff. Ready?
Yes.
Now, what I want to do with the saffron, that's going to be a lot of saffron. So we both know how expensive saffron is, right?
Right. I get mine from you.
Yes, you do. Well, saffron's really expensive. So this probably about $100 an ounce is what you're buying saffron for around these days. So this is actually a lot of saffron. What I want to do is get flavor out of there. So what I'm going to do is bloom the saffron. So put a little bit of white wine in there. We'll save that for later. We could sell that to a chef who's really in the need for saffron. Goes for a lot on the black market. And then we're going to bloom that in, so you're going to see how it changed the color of the wine. And then we're going to deglaze with that saffron and a little bit more wine.
I smell the sweetness from that.
Isn't that, you're getting that now?
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice. All right? Again, we're going to balance off that acidity. I mean, seafood is all about that. Needs that little bit of acidity just to make everything else pop. And when you actually add lemon juice, and if you watch my show, you know I talk about this all the time. You've heard me talk about it. When you add lemon or any type of acid, what it does is it hits your tongue first, and then it opens up your tongue for all the flavors to come afterwards. So when you're like, wow, this thing is really incredible, it's only because we've kind of laid out the carpet for everything else to come along, and it comes out so wonderful. That's really where the difference between okay cooking and phenomenal cooking. And he's a phenomenal cook, and he knows it. He taught me all I know, just so you know. So I'm giving you good credit now. And then we'll just add a little bit of fresh tomato from the can. Was that?
Yeah. But the can was just open.
Just open.
Just open.
And we're just going to add that in there. I'm going to let that cook down. Once again, don't want to cook our seafood too long, right? We don't want our tomatoes to cook too long. And so this dish is relatively done
put this
quick.
in the fridge?
Yeah, let's put that back in the fridge because I'm going to have to eat some of that for dinner tonight. Let's get rid of that. But that fennel is what really makes this dish. And then the last thing I want to do is get a bowl. Wow, I'm pretty good at that. We're going to chop some of the prawn, the tips of the fennel, right? And we're going to add that to here too. It's almost like a garnish, but it's going to give us a nice little last feel of that sweetness. And add our pasta. Watch how good this is going to come out. And once again, we have an amazing seafood pasta dish that literally took 5 minutes?
Oh, that was easy.
5 minutes, real quick, something that just would wow your friends and family. It's going to taste fresh and exciting with these great flavors on it. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And it's something different that you and your friends will like. Well, Jeff, what do you think? We did okay for today?
Phenomenal.
All right.
Excellent.
So you're going to be enjoying this while I'm cleaning up. And for those of you at home, thank you for joining us on this culinary journey. We've got plenty more where this comes from. Next time is even more seafood stuff, more food. We're just going to go everywhere. Hey, we don't want that. That's from our last pasta dish. You think I wasn't going to pay attention to that? I just only forget seafood once. And we had some great things. And Jeff, thank you for making lobster with me or talking me through it. Thanks for saving me on the Puttanesca.
Thanks for having me on with notice.
It's the last time I tell your wife about things and not you, right?
Well, there's two different renditions of On Your Show. This would be the other one.
Well, we'll see you all on our next culinary journey.